Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into part 2 of the legendary and most influential movie directors of the 70s and 80s, the visionaries who shaped the movies that defined Gen X. These are the filmmakers behind the blockbusters, the posters on our walls, and the stories we still quote. We're focusing on the directors whose films became massive cultural events from 1970 to 1989. Think Scorsese, Coppola, Cameron, Donner, and Columbus, the ones who made movie-going an event. Get ready for a nostalgia trip through the masterpieces, the hits, and even a few flops that made these directors icons. Let's jump in. First up, Martin Scorsese, the master of gritty electric filmmaking. In the 70s and 80s, Scorsese captured the raw energy of city life and the complexity of flawed characters. His style, fast editing, killer soundtracks, and unforgettable tracking shots. For Gen X, his movies felt dangerous, like you were seeing something you weren't supposed to. Taxi Driver, 1976, gave us Robert De Niro's iconic "You Talking to Me" and a haunting look at post-Vietnam paranoia. Then came Raging Bull, 1980, a brutal, beautiful portrait of boxer Jake LaMotta, shot in stark black and white. These films weren't just stories, they were art, pushing boundaries and making us think. Still, Scorsese's influence is everywhere. He rewrote the rules. He showed us that movies could be personal, artistic, and powerful. His characters were messy, real, and unforgettable, a huge shift from the squeaky clean heroes of the past. Scorsese's films taught us that cinema could reflect the world's complexity, not just offer escape. For Gen X, he was the ultimate cool, authentic director. That's why he's a legend. His work is a masterclass in storytelling and style. Scorsese's legacy, unmatched. He's the king of gritty realism, and his influence is still felt today. Next, Francis Ford Coppola, a name synonymous with cinematic ambition and unparalleled storytelling. The director who didn't just make movies, but turned them into grand operatic events, experiences that resonated deeply with audiences. Coppola's films were sweeping sagas about power, family, and war, exploring the complexities of human nature against the backdrop of historical events. Epic in every sense, from the scope of his narratives to the sheer visual scale of his productions. He was a new Hollywood pioneer, one of the key figures who reshaped American cinema. He was known for blending intimate drama with spectacular filmmaking, creating a unique and unforgettable cinematic style. The Godfather, 1972, redefined the gangster genre, setting a new standard for crime dramas. It became a cultural touchstone, influencing everything from fashion to language. The cast, Brando, Pacino, Caan, Duvall, was legendary, a collection of some of the finest acting talents ever assembled. The Godfather Part 2, 1974, pulled off the impossible, defying expectations. It was a sequel as good, if not better, than the original, a rare feat in cinema history. Coppola's storytelling was masterful, intricate, and deeply engaging. He was weaving together generations and moral complexity with unparalleled skill and artistry. Then came Apocalypse Now, 1979. It was a chaotic, visionary journey into the heart of the Vietnam War, a descent into madness. The production was infamous, plagued by challenges and delays, but the result was a cinematic masterpiece. A film that continues to be debated and analyzed. Not every gamble paid off, and Coppola certainly took his share of risks. One from the Heart, 1982, was a costly flop, a stylistic experiment that didn't resonate with audiences. It showed the risks of big ambition, the potential pitfalls of pushing the boundaries of cinema. Still, Coppola's impact is massive, undeniable, and far-reaching. He taught us about legacy, power, and the dark side of family, exploring these themes with unflinching honesty. His movies felt like secret lessons in how the world really works, offering insights into the human condition. Coppola aimed for art that would last, for films that would stand the test of time, and he succeeded, creating a body of work that continues to inspire and captivate. The Godfather and Apocalypse Now are part of our cultural DNA, deeply embedded in our collective consciousness. He set the standard for epic storytelling, raising the bar for filmmakers around the world. Coppola's ambition inspired filmmakers and audiences alike, encouraging them to dream bigger and push boundaries. He showed us the heights cinema could reach, the power of film to transport, transform, and enlighten. His films are timeless, still studied and quoted today, a testament to their enduring power and relevance. Coppola is a true titan of the industry, a visionary artist who left an indelible mark on cinema. For Gen X, his movies were more than entertainment. They were formative experiences. They were events, moments that defined a generation's understanding of the world. He made us believe in the power of film, in its ability to move us, challenge us, and change us. That's the Coppola legacy, a testament to the power of vision, ambition, and the enduring magic of cinema. Now, let's talk James Cameron, a visionary director who has consistently pushed the boundaries of filmmaking, the force who redefined sci-fi action in the 80s. He brought a new level of intensity and spectacle to the genre. Cameron's movies were relentless, high-octane, delivering thrills and excitement at every turn, and packed with groundbreaking effects. He was always at the forefront of visual innovation. He made you care about the characters, investing you in their journeys and struggles. Even as the world exploded around them, the stakes were always high and the danger was ever present. The Terminator 1984 introduced us to a killer cyborg, time travel, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's iconic role. It was a match made in cinematic heaven. Linda Hamilton's Sarah Connor became a new kind of action hero, tough, smart, and unforgettable. She redefined what it meant to be a female lead in an action film. Then came Aliens 1986, where Cameron took Ridley Scott's horror classic and turned it into a pulse-pounding combat movie. It was a masterclass in action filmmaking. Ripley's showdown is legendary, a defining moment in action cinema. Cameron's debut, Piranha 2, was a disaster, but it showed his determination to break into the industry. It was a humble beginning for a future titan. What set Cameron apart? He took sci-fi seriously, building detailed, believable worlds. He created immersive experiences for the audience. The gritty future of the Terminator, the corporate nightmare of aliens, these felt real. They resonated with audiences on a deeper level. He was a master of practical effects, making everything look incredible even decades later. His films have aged remarkably well. Cameron's films also featured strong, capable women. Sarah Connor and Ellen Ripley were trailblazers. They paved the way for future generations of female action heroes. For Gen X, these characters were inspiring and fresh. They represented a new kind of strength and resilience. Cameron delivered pure spectacle movies you had to see on the big screen. They were designed to be experienced in a theater. He pushed the limits of technology and storytelling. He was always experimenting and innovating. His influence is everywhere in modern blockbusters. His impact on the genre is undeniable. Cameron made sci-fi cool, smart, and emotional. He elevated the genre to new heights. He's the blockbuster king, and his movies are still thrilling new generations. His work continues to inspire and entertain. For Gen X, Cameron's films were the ultimate cinematic thrill rides. They were unforgettable experiences. He made us believe in the impossible. He transported us to other worlds. That's the Cameron legacy. Sci-fi was never the same after him. He redefined the genre for a new era. He changed the game, and we loved every minute. It was a wild and wonderful ride. Richard Donner, a name synonymous with cinematic joy. The director who brought pure joy and adventure to the big screen, crafting stories that resonated with audiences of all ages. While others gave us grit, exploring the darker corners of the human experience, Donner gave us heart, optimism, and unforgettable fun, reminding us of the power of hope and the importance of believing in the good. His style was classic storytelling, a commitment to narrative clarity and character development. No flash, just solid craft and warmth, creating an inviting atmosphere for viewers to get lost in the story. Superman the movie, 1978, made us believe a man could fly, capturing the imagination of a generation. Christopher Reeve's Superman was sincere, heroic, and iconic, a portrayal that remains the benchmark for superhero casting. The film set the gold standard for superhero movies, proving that these stories could be both epic and deeply human. Then came The Goonies, 1985, the ultimate childhood adventure, a film that perfectly captured the spirit of youthful camaraderie and boundless imagination. Treasure maps, booby traps, pirates. This was every Gen X kid's dream, a cinematic escape into a world of endless possibilities and thrilling escapades. Goonies Never Say Die became a generational motto, a rallying cry for dreamers and adventurers everywhere. Donner's movies brought families together, creating shared experiences and lasting memories, and inspired real-life adventures, encouraging viewers to embrace their own inner Goonies and seek out excitement in the world around them. Not every film was a hit. Inside Moves, 1980, was heartfelt but overlooked, a testament to Donner's willingness to take risks and explore more intimate stories. But Donner's magic touch was undeniable, a consistent thread running through his diverse filmography. Lethal Weapon, 1987, invented the modern buddy cop genre. Action, comedy, and heart in perfect balance, a formula that would be endlessly imitated but never quite duplicated. His films were the ones you watched over and over, comfort food for the soul, offering a sense of warmth, familiarity, and pure entertainment. Donner celebrated friendship, heroism, and doing the right thing, values that resonated deeply with audiences. He made movies that made you want to be a hero, or at least go on an adventure with your friends, reminding us of the importance of connection and shared experiences. For Gen X, Donner's work is pure nostalgia, a portal back to a simpler time filled with wonder and excitement. His movies are timeless, endlessly rewatchable, and full of heart, continuing to captivate new generations of viewers. He was a master entertainer who knew how to deliver a great time, crafting experiences that left audiences feeling uplifted and inspired. Donner's legacy, pure, unadulterated fun, a reminder that movies can be a source of joy, escape, and connection. He made us believe in magic, adventure, and the power of friendship, leaving an indelible mark on the landscape of popular culture. That's why we'll always love his movies. Finally, Chris Columbus, the storyteller who captured the Gen X experience from a kid's perspective. In the 80s, Columbus was a rock star screenwriter and a fresh new director. His stories blended comedy, adventure, and the chaos of growing up. Columbus wrote Gremlins, 1984, a wild mix of Christmas, horror, and comedy that became an instant classic. The Rules for the Mogwai, legendary. Then he wrote The Goonies, 1985, the ultimate adventure about friendship and dreams. Columbus understood what kids wanted: excitement, danger, and heart. His directorial debut, Adventures in Babysitting, 1987, was a hilarious one crazy night romp through Chicago. Elizabeth Shue's babysitter was tough, funny, and relatable. The movie became a cable staple. Everyone saw it, everyone loved it. Not every project was a hit. Heartbreak Hotel, 1988, missed the mark. But Columbus bounced back. His real gift? Putting young people front and center, treating their adventures as epic and important. Columbus never talked down to his audience. He celebrated them. Gremlins and The Goonies are foundational Gen X movies, passed down for their wonder and fun. Columbus spoke our language, giving us stories we'll never forget. He made youth feel epic. For Gen X, his movies were a mirror and a fantasy. Columbus's legacy is all about heart, humor, and adventure. He gave us stories that still resonate. That's the magic of Chris Columbus. He made growing up unforgettable. That's our list. From Scorsese's grit to Donner's adventure, these directors shaped the Gen X movie world. Their films weren't just entertainment, they were part of our lives. Today we focused on movie directors that reach a broad spectrum of the audience. There are many more, like Robert Altman, Clint Eastwood, and Stanley Kubrick, among others, that also hit a narrower target audience, but also left their mark in Gen X. Thanks for joining part 2 to close our journey through the best movie directors of our generation. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe for more. Tell us your favorite director or movie from this era in the comments. Tell us which we left out or you would like to hear more of. Here at Gen X Life, you are greatly appreciated. Remember, we belong to the greatest generation ever, Generation X. Until next time, keep being awesome, stay healthy, and God bless.